Hey traders, John Howell here. Welcome back. I've had a little bit of a break from YouTube. I've just been focusing on my own trading and yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick little market update for you guys to help you guys out. If you guys have been wondering, guys, my main focus is trading, okay? I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's not doing YouTube videos or business and coaching and stuff like that. Like, I do have a coaching group, a private coaching group that I am coaching behind the scenes, and they're my main priority. And that's the reason why I've been pretty quiet on YouTube lately as well too, because my main focus is trading, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, guys, is once you know how to trade really well, you can do so well for the markets. And my main focus is just getting myself better and better and better each day from the markets and preparing for what I believe is the greatest wealth transfer in history. Anyway, guys, this video here is general advice only. This is just me educating you and seeing showing you what I'm seeing in the markets right now, and to helping you understand what I see in the markets right now, why I see what's happening in the markets right now, and just to help you get help you become a much better trader while trading these markets. Okay, so before I do start, guys, first link in the description, I'm giving away a free trading course, a free complete trading course, plus also free access to the membership area and all that sort of stuff for a short time frame. So first thing in the description, guys, if you want to get a free access to a free trading course, then you can click the very first link in the description to help you with your trading mindset, chart reading strategies, and a whole bunch of other down home country goodness. Anyway, let's get into the stock market right now. Let me actually share with you what I'm seeing right now, what's happening with the stock market. Because there's a lot of things I've been sharing with my private clients lately has been what the Dow Jones has been doing lately, okay? And what's been happening lately with the Dow Jones. Now, one thing, as you can see here, right, and there's a lot of things that I can identify what's happening on this stock market right now, but I want to share with you something that is so critical to what is happening right now. All right, and the reason I'm saying that is because there is weakness in the markets, and most people just don't see it. And what most people don't see is the connection, right? Most people don't see the connection between the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. They don't see that connection. And what is the connection? The connection is that most of the time, okay, the S&P 500, okay, most of the time the S&P 500 will do almost exactly what the Dow Jones does. Now, let me just share with this here right now. All right? So I'm going to bring up the chart to the left is going to be the Dow Jones, and I'm going to make this unlisted here for a minute. And bear with me for a minute, okay? Now, and the chart to the right, I'm going to bring up the S&P 500 here for a minute, all right? So I'm going to bring that. I'm going to bring up the daily chart. Let me bring up, say, the last, say, 6 months here. Now, let me share with you what I'm seeing here right now, and I want to share with you the reason why there is weakness in the stock market right now, and you should be alert to what's going on right now. So this is not a fact. This is just this is not opinion. This is a fact of how the markets worked. Okay, you got the Dow Jones to the left and the S&P to the right. When the Dow Jones starts to provide more weakness than the S&P, the Dow Jones is the silent word that's telling us something else is going on. Let me share with you what I mean by saying that. Firstly, what do we have here? We have a high back in February, right? Same for the S&P 500. What do we have? We had a high back in February. Then the Dow Jones came down. And at the start of February, we made the low. At the start of February, we made the low. Then it came back up and made a what? It made a lower high on the Dow Jones. And then the S&P made a lower high. Then the Dow Jones ran down and made a higher low. And then the S&P came down and made a high low. See, as you can see, right, the S&P and the Dow Jones pretty much go in sync. They pretty much go in sync with what? With what is actually going on in the markets right now. So pretty much in sync with the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. But here's what happens. Look at this here. The S&P what? The S&P made a higher high, but the Dow Jones, top 30 stocks, did what? Made a lower high. Ding, 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 ding. This is different. What is this? This is the Dow Jones saying, I'm now making a lower high compared to the S&P. Most people don't see this here. And I noticed this back when the whole election was actually happening as well too. Back in 2015, 16, yeah. So as you can see, right, what happened here? I know this is quite simple, but what happened here? We had a lower high compared to a higher high. Now, when the Dow Jones starts to pull away from the S&P 500, it's a fact, right? You can see it very, very clear. It's a fact that when the Dow Jones starts to provide more weakness than the S&P, especially when they go pretty much in sync with each other, guess what's happening? The Dow Jones is saying to us that there's a lot more weakness in the markets than what meets the eye. We may get a short-term upward spurt like we did last week on Friday. But what is the market telling us? The market is telling us that we're likely to get now what? When we get this lower high, guess what happened? The market pulled back and came down and made a double bottom. Look what happened to the S&P. Came down and what? Made a double bottom. So the S&P, the Dow actually dragged the S&P down with it while the Dow Jones was doing that. Make sense? Now, let's see what happened here. The Dow Jones made a lower high. The S&P made a lower high. The Dow Jones made a higher low. The S&P actually made a higher low. So pretty much the same. S&P made a higher high. The Dow Jones made a higher high. The Dow Jones made a what? A higher low. The S&P made a higher low. So as you can see, right, they're going pretty much in sync. Let's continue here. The Dow Jones made a higher high. The S&P made a higher high. The Dow Jones made a lower low. Oh, what's going on there? The S&P's made a double bottom, slightly higher low. Call it a double bottom there. Hang on a minute. The S&P had a big up bar on Friday, but the Dow Jones is still quite weak right now. What does that mean? Oh, ding, 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 right? We have a winner. What is that winner? Winner, winner, chicken dinner? The winner is what? Remember last time over here when the Dow Jones was a lot weaker, what ended up happening? The market was pulled down. What's happening right now? Not only are we getting a lower low, causing a lot more weakness, but look at that sideways movement. Even though the S&P ran up, I think it was based on the jobs number last week. As you can see, right, because that actually happened, you can see that the S&P rose up, and now the Dow Jones is still weak right now. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to turn into a stock market crash, but right now, guys, the Dow Jones is showing a lot more weakness than the S&P 500. And look what happened last time. The Dow Jones was showing a weakness, right? The S&P and the Dow Jones pretty much follow along with each other, pretty much in sync, as I've shown in this video. But what happens when the Dow Jones starts to provide that more weakness than the S&P 500? That's the underlying circus that things are not right. Now, by the way, guys, this is only me sharing with you what the S&P and the Dow Jones are doing, okay? You must understand that just because the Dow Jones is weak or just because the S&P is strong or whatever does not mean that this really has nothing to do with each other when it comes to individual stocks, right? Because you must trade the individual stocks based on the individual stock. Don't say, well, the Dow Jones is bearish, so I'm only going to trade bearish stocks. You know what I mean? No, because I guarantee you, like, the Dow Jones looks quite weak, but the stocks in the Dow Jones look nothing like the Dow Jones. Heck, most of the banks have been heading down for the last 3 months, where the Dow Jones has basically been going sideways. You know what I mean? Apple's been going up, which is in the Dow Jones. So I hope you can see, right, whenever you're trading the market, the biggest thing that you need to do, and I tell my private clients all the time, make sure that you are trading those individual stocks. Those individual stocks alone, or those individual stocks itself, based on what those stocks are telling you. I can't tell you, like right now, the S&P and the Dow Jones are looking quite weak, but I've been getting out. I've been obviously not having profitable trades every single trade, but a lot of my profitable trades that I've been taking recently have been what? On the upside, bullish. So even though the stock market is not really looking bullish right now, I'm still taking a lot of bullish setups. In fact, I'm in 3 trades right now. 3 are bullish, 2 are bullish, and 1 is bearish. So who knows what's going to happen, right? Who knows what's going to happen? So there's a little update for you guys. Alert warning in the stock market right now. And this is the reason why I'm putting this out there, is because if there is going to be a crash, we're probably going to, firstly, we're going to break these lows through here. But once we break that, let me start again. If there's going to be a crash, first it's showing signs right now of changing of trend, right? We're breaking past all these support levels. We're changing trend. So I'm expecting to see, now I'm just waiting to see what's happening, but there's more probability of this happening now, and us breaking that 23,500. Once that happens, then we probably could see a pretty sharp drop on the downside. Now the whole ever since Donald Trump was elected, it's created one big massive bubble, especially in the indices itself. Look at Netflix on a monthly chart, line chart. Look at look at all these other tech stocks as well too. Netflix, Amazon, all those tech stocks, they're pretty much gone vertical. Even the Nasdaq, it's gone pretty much vertical. So big massive bubble ever since Donald Trump was elected, and so therefore a lot of that's going to be corrected over the next year or so. It's just going to happen. So, but the timing is we don't know. right? The timings we don't know. Now, I've positioned myself very, very, very nicely to really benefit from the greatest wealth transfer that's happening right now over the next couple of years. And obviously my private clients know all the details, and I'm not going to get into that now because it just takes me about an hour to walk you through all the details of what I think and so on and so forth. But anyway, that's what I think about what's happening right now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Once again, very first link in the description. Click on that. You're gonna get a free trading course from me just to help you out as well too. Plus, you can get like a free trial to my brand new Master Trader Lab. And also, guys, if you want a coaching call from me as well too, I'm running a bit of a special. So click on there's a coaching call link there. Click on that. I'm running a special right now. I think it's an 80% off special. So you can grab a coaching call from me, and I'll be able to help you out with your trading. If you like what you see here, and you can see that obviously this is basically what I do, then I know that I'll be able, once I know your personal situation, I can give you a bit more of a custom plan. I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to make you money, but I can give you a custom plan, or I can help you start to make the progress you want in the market. So anyway, guys, welcome back. Here I am, a bit of a market update for you guys. I'll get into gold and silver a bit later on, but I wanted this quick video based on stock market itself and what's happening here. I'll see you in the next video.